Our planet is full of wild wonders and secrets, but some of the most mind-blowing creatures out there are the ones that come in giant sizes and unknown mystery. Man, you are a big kangaroo. Ho ho ho. Those are strong arms. From the deepest parts of the ocean to the tallest mountain peaks, nature has created animals so big, so strange, and so powerful they almost don't seem real. Thanks to cameras and drones, we're able to see these animals up close in ways that were never possible before. And today, we're going to watch the top largest animals captured on camera. Orangutan. Now, this next one might just make you look twice. Caught on camera near a remote village, this massive orangutan is so huge, people thought they were seeing Bigfoot. But no, it's one of nature's most powerful primates, and it's very real. Orangutans are some of the largest tree-dwelling animals on the planet. A full-grown male can stand close to 5 feet tall and weigh between 100 and 200 pounds. Females are usually smaller, but still impressively strong. The mystery of the Peter Pan males. In most animal species, males reach maturity and physically look like adults, but male orangutans have a strange biological secret. They can take 2 completely different physical forms, and we still don't fully understand what flips the switch. The flanged male. These are the kings of the forest. They develop massive cheek pads, a large throat sac for long calls, and a much heavier body size. The unflanged male. These males are sexually mature and can father offspring, but they look almost exactly like females. They don't have the cheek pads or the bulk. The largest one ever recorded, named Ko from Borneo, stood over 5.5 feet tall and weighed around 250 pounds. But these animals aren't just big, they're also incredibly smart. In the forests of Borneo, orangutans have been seen using sticks to fish out bugs, and even holding leaves over their heads to stay dry like tiny umbrellas. They mostly live alone, unlike chimps or gorillas that stay in groups. Mothers raise their babies by themselves, and adults spend most of their lives swinging solo from tree to tree, using their long, powerful arms. And just when you thought orangutans were big, meet their ancient cousin, Gigantopithecus. This prehistoric ape lived around 1 million years ago in parts of Asia. It stood over 10 feet tall and weighed more than 1,200 pounds. Basically, a walking giant. Scientists believe it was the biggest ape to ever walk the earth, but sadly, it went extinct long ago. Pangolin. At first glance, you might think this animal is wearing a suit of armor, but it's real, and it's called a pangolin. Pangolins are the only mammals in the world that are completely covered in tough, overlapping scales. These scales aren't just for show, they're made of keratin, the same stuff as our fingernails, and they help protect the pangolin from predators, sometimes called scaly antlers. Pangolins use their long, sticky tongues, some stretching over 16 inches, to dig into anthills and termite mounds. Depending on the species, they can grow anywhere from about 1 foot to over 3 feet long. They live mostly in the warm forests and grassy areas of Africa and Asia and are usually active at night. Instead of using their eyes, they rely on a powerful sense of smell to find food in the dark. But while they look like they came out of a fantasy movie, pangolins are in serious trouble. They are the most illegally trafficked mammals in the world, hunted for their meat and their scales, which are wrongly believed to have healing powers. This shows just how incredible and vulnerable these animals are. If we want future generations to see them in the wild, they need our protection now, more than ever. The Pangolin. The Pangolin is not a ghost in the traditional sense, but a living human witch by day who hides a gruesome secret at night. The secret transformation. At night, the pangolin detaches her head from her body. As she flies through the air, her stomach, heart, and trailing intestines dangle beneath her neck, glowing like a will-o'-the-wisp. The vat of vinegar. The mystery of how she survives this detachment lies in a vat of vinegar. It is said that before returning to her body, she must soak her swollen organs in vinegar to shrink them so they fit back into her neck. If you find her headless body during the night, the secret way to defeat her is to fill the neck cavity with broken glass or thorns so she cannot reattach. Zeus, the Shire horse. Next up, meet a horse so big he didn't just turn heads, he broke records. This is Zeus, a Shire horse, and trust me, he was no ordinary stallion. Zeus stood more than 6.5 feet tall at the shoulder. That's taller than most people, and he weighed nearly 3,000 pounds. With a build that massive, he looked more like a walking tank than a farm animal. Shire horses are one of the largest horse breeds in the world. Originally from England, they were once used for tough jobs, like pulling carts, wagons, and plows, basically the heavy lifters of the old days. And Zeus was a shining example of just how powerful this breed can be. But don't let his size fool you. Zeus wasn't wild or scary. He was gentle, calm, and had a sweet personality that made him famous around the world. Many people were amazed at how well he behaved, especially since giant horses are usually harder to manage. Zeus was often compared to other legendary horses like Big Jake, the tallest horse in the world at over 9 feet, and Samson, also called Mammoth, the heaviest horse ever recorded. Even though Zeus didn't live long after making history, his legacy lives on. He showed the world just how strong, gentle, and incredible a Shire horse can be. This footage of Zeus is more than just amazing, it's unforgettable. The invisible ceiling. Most horses reach a biological limit where their hearts and joints can no longer support their weight. The secret to Zeus's fame wasn't just his height, but his surprising athleticism despite his size. He didn't just stand there, he was a working horse who moved with a grace that baffled many equine vets. The massive intake. To maintain his secret energy levels, Zeus had to consume an almost supernatural amount of food, roughly 1 bale of hay and 15 pounds of grain every single day, washed down with 30 to 40 gallons of water. The weight of legend. When he stood on his hind legs, he reached a height of over 12 feet, making him taller than most professional basketball hoops. Gorilla. Get ready, because this next animal is one of the biggest and strongest land mammals on Earth. And when they're this big, they're not just powerful, they're terrifying. This gorilla caught on camera in India looks like something straight out of a movie. Massive, muscular, and unbelievably tall. It's estimated to be over 7 feet tall when standing upright. That's taller than most basketball players and nearly as heavy as a small car. And here's the thing. Gorillas are already strong, but when they reach this size, let's just say you really don't want to get too close. With their thick arms, wide chests, and incredible grip strength, one wrong move could be dangerous. But don't get it twisted. Gorillas aren't monsters. They're actually calm and intelligent creatures, living in family groups and usually keeping to themselves. In the wild, they mostly eat plants and fruit, and they only become aggressive if they feel threatened. Still, seeing one this massive up close is unforgettable. It makes you wonder just how strong are these giants really. Now, imagine this. A full-grown gorilla standing in a field facing off against 100 full-grown men. Who do you think would win that battle? Let me know in the comments. The signature. Each gorilla has a unique nesting style. Experts can often tell exactly which individual gorilla slept in a nest just by the way the branches are bent and tucked. The secret benefit. Even though they're massive and have few natural predators, they still build these elaborate beds, some on the ground, some in trees. Scientists still debate if this is purely for comfort or if the secret purpose is to trap heat or even repel certain insects using specific plant types. Shoebill stork. Ever seen a bird that makes you think a war just broke out just from the sound it makes? That's the shoebill stork for you. With a call that sounds like gunfire, this bird doesn't just look terrifying, it sounds like chaos. Standing between 4 and 5 feet tall with a wingspan close to 8 feet, the shoebill stork looks like something straight out of the dinosaur age. Its giant shoe-shaped beak is what really makes it unforgettable. Nearly 8 inches long and built like a weapon, it uses that massive bill to snatch up fish, frogs, young crocodiles, and even small birds, then crushes them with a single snap. Shoebills are masters of the ambush. They stand still for ages, completely silent, then strike in a flash. And when they do, it's like nature's version of a jump scare. Even though they can fly, their wing beats are slow and heavy, adding to their strange, almost ancient appearance. It's no wonder people call them living fossils. But like many wild creatures, the shoebill is now in danger. Its swampy home in East Africa is shrinking due to habitat loss, and its future in the wild is far from guaranteed. So if you ever see one, whether in real life or on screen, take a moment. You're witnessing one of the most unique and eerie birds still walking this earth. The sacrifice. Once the eggs hatch, the mother focuses almost entirely on the stronger, larger chick. The second, smaller chick is kept only as a backup in case the first one dies. The mystery of silence. If the first chick is healthy, the mother will often ignore the second chick entirely, even if it is begging for food or water. The stronger sibling will often bully the weaker one out of the nest. In the wild, it is extremely rare for a shoebill to successfully raise both, a secret, cold-blooded efficiency that ensures at least one super predator survives.
Aragon vino, the Belgian bull. You've heard of bodybuilders, but have you ever seen a cow that looks like it just walked out of a gym? Meet Aragon vino, often called the most muscular bull in the world. And once you see him, you'll understand why. Aragon is a Belgian blue, a breed of cattle that's unlike anything you've seen before. These animals are known for something called double muscling, a rare genetic mutation that causes their muscles to grow non-stop. It's like the off switch for muscle growth just doesn't exist. The result? Massive shoulders, thick backs, bulging legs, and a frame so pumped it almost doesn't look real. Aragon doesn't just walk, he struts like a living tank. This bull is so muscular, you can see the definition in his body like a pro athlete. Belgian blue bulls, like Aragon, can weigh well over 2,000 pounds, and they have far less fat than most cattle breeds. But all that muscle comes with some problems. These animals can be more fragile than they look, and because of their size, many calves have to be delivered by C-section. Natural breeding isn't easy when you're built like a wall of muscle. Even with these challenges, Belgian blues are still a favorite in the meat industry because they grow fast and strong. But Aragon, he's in a league of his own, a real-life beast of muscle and power. Fun fact, the region is haunted by the Cierzo, a powerful freezing wind that sweeps through the Ebro Valley. While it makes life difficult for people, it is the secret sanitizer of the vineyards. It blows away moisture so quickly that pests and rot can't survive, allowing many Aragon wines to be naturally organic without the need for chemicals.
So, tell us, if you had the chance, would you take this gentle giant home? Or would you need a bigger front door first? Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like the video.